A tremendous day of basketball will conclude tonight with the second women's quarterfinal action in the 2020 Great Northwest Men's and Women's Basketball Championships here at Seattle Pacific University. And this one is going to be another great game between Central Washington University and Simon Fraser University. SFU seeded 4th, Central Washington seeded 5th after coming into the year as the preseason favorite in the Great Northwest Athletic Conference. I'm Robert Lowry, Dustin Daniel alongside tonight for this 4th of the 4 games we'll have tonight, 4 games tomorrow. The winner of this game gets the opportunity to take on the top-seeded team in the Great Northwest Athletic Conference, the University of Alaska Anchorage Seawolves. The Alaska Anchorage men's team earlier today advanced into second-round action, as did the University of Alaska Fairbanks men's team. And in a game you heard and saw just a few minutes ago, advancing into the second round, into the semifinals, Western Washington University's women. And, well, we'll winnow the field by 4 teams after this one is in the books tonight. Interestingly, Dustin, these teams, it's not a surprise, they split the season series, but they split the season series winning on the road. That is a little bit unusual. Central Washington winning in Burnaby, Simon Fraser winning earlier in Ellensburg. So both these teams, they've shown the propensity to be able to beat their opponent. And tonight it's the rubber match and who advances.
Well, these are 2 teams that the more and more you get into the numbers, the less and less it makes sense. And both teams winning on the road is a prime example of that. Central Washington is a great example of a team that is at the top of the Great Northwest Athletic Conference in most major offensive and defensive categories, and yet they're limping into the GNAC Championships after being picked to be one of the best in the tournament with just a 13-7 conference record, a solid mark there. But given that they're second or first in 9 major conference categories, you'd think that they would have a bye here today. Now, you can't forget that we've got Northwest Nazarene and Alaska Anchorage in this conference as well. But you look at the numbers of the Wildcats, second best scoring defense in the GNAC. They've only allowed 62.5 points a game in this one. They're going to be going against a Simon Fraser team that is allowing nearly 70. So that is going to be one of the major disparities coming into this matchup. The Clan's going to have to find a way to slow down the Central Washington offense, a team which has been able to put up over 70 points a game, while also being able to get through a very fierce Wildcat defense, averaging 71.5 points themselves. So those are going to be the 2 big matchups to watch. Can Simon Fraser's defense rise to the occasion, and will Central Washington's defense hold up as it has all season?
Well, it is going to be another great matchup here tonight. We said coming in at the top back at noon today, we were expecting 4 tremendous quarterfinal matchups, and this could prove to be the 4th of 4 good ones today between Simon Fraser and Central Washington University. As we talked about, veteran coach on the bench for Simon Fraser, Bruce Langford, he has been there. He has brought his Simon Fraser team into the postseason every single year that SFU has been a member of the Great Northwest Athletic Conference. And Langford, 461 wins, 150 defeats at Simon Fraser University. His opposite number, Randy Richardson Thornley, only in her 3rd year, but again, she had the Wildcats picked as the top team in the Great Northwest Athletic Conference in the preseason poll, 51-35 overall. And as you talked about just a couple of minutes ago, this game is absolutely enormous for both these teams, as right now both are sitting on the bubble, just outside the bubble, I guess, of the NCAA Division II postseason. Wildcats ranked 10th in the West region. They'll certainly need a victory to have a chance to get in. Simon Fraser, number 9 in the West region. They will certainly need a victory to have a chance. So both these teams, top teams in the region, but they're going to need victories here and maybe more than one to get into the postseason.
Yeah, very compelling game for both of these teams, just given their chances in the West region. One thing that has played into their favor, the number 8 team in the West region, Cal Poly Pomona, the Broncos losing in the first round of the CCAA Conference Tournament down in California earlier tonight. They lost to Stanislaus State. So likely that will drop Cal Poly Pomona out of a chance at one of the at-large berths in the West Regional Tournament, which, by the way, will most likely be in Hawaii this year. So that's not a bad reason to want to go down as well. So here's the thing. Alaska Anchorage, Northwest Nazarene, they can both lose tomorrow and probably still go.
No question.
Western Washington already has a win in the tournament under their belts. They're likely going to go as well. Making a case for 4 GNAC teams going to the West Regional Tournament that's a lot. You're already relegating the CCAA and the Pac West to 2 teams each if you take 4 from the GNAC. But as it stands, like we talked about, 5 of the top 10 from the Great Northwest Athletic Conference right now. So for Simon Fraser or Central Washington to pick up that 8th spot in the regional tournament, they are going to need to make a big push, maybe needing a win tomorrow as well as today just to get that 8th spot, because it's a little unfair when it comes to that 8th spot. If you're a 4th team from a conference, even if you might be the best team for that 8th spot, you better have a great resume if you're going to get in. So both of these teams, whoever comes out on top today is going to need to make a little bit of a push tomorrow and perhaps an appearance in the championship game for them to pick up that number 8 seed.
You can see the Great Northwest Athletic Conference women's basketball final standings right there. You can see Central Washington has really been hot at the tail end of the season. Now, they have been taking on some of the lower-ranked teams in the GNAC at the tail end of the year, but they have been defeating teams over the last couple of weeks by an average of darn near 25 points a game. I don't care what team you are in the Great Northwest Athletic Conference. If you could defeat opponents night in, night out by nearly 25 points, you must be playing well. The Wildcats, not the hottest team in the GNAC, but they have won 4 straight coming in. And so that right there should mean that they may be playing their best basketball right now. Simon Fraser also a win in its final regular season game as well. So that's going to be the case between the Clan and the Wildcats here tonight. In those previous meetings, as we mentioned, in Ellensburg, Simon Fraser with a 65-59 victory as the conference defensive player of the year again. Ozzie Nwabuko with 15 points. And Jessica Witsotsky came off the bench and scored 14. Jessica Jones, first team All-League, at 13 in that contest. Then on February 13th, in a game that was played in Burnaby, Central with an 83-74 victory behind Samantha Bowman's season-high 27 points off the bench. She only hit 11 of 12 field goals that night. That's a pretty good night right there.
Now, these are 2 very talented teams, and it's going to be an interesting matchup between the 2 of them. Looking at the last time they played, you got to go back to February 13th. It was in Burnaby. And again, as we talked about, both teams getting the better of each other on the road. So Central Washington got the win at Simon Fraser, won it by 9, 83-74. Looking back to their first matchup of the year, is back in January. So these have been 2 recent matchups. It's not like we saw earlier where it was a spread from December to the end of February between 2 teams seeing each other. That was a 6-point game Simon Fraser won in Ellensburg. These have been 2 teams that have played extremely close basketball, and looking at the way the conference standings broke down, both 13-7 in conference play. When it comes to neutral site games, 2-2 for the Clan, 2-1 for the Wildcats. Numbers very similar between these 2 sides.
Also interesting when you look at the fact that both these teams have good records, despite the fact that 4 was their biggest winning streak of the season at any one time. But the Wildcats have had 2 4-game win streaks, one toward the beginning of the year, the beginning of conference play. Simon Fraser has had a couple as well, more bunched up in the middle of conference play, but the Wildcats with the 4 coming into the conference tournament here. Simon Fraser with the victory coming into the tournament over Montana State Billings, 72-66. The Wildcats with the victories over Western Oregon, 70-46. Against Concordia, 82-45. And then at St. Martin's and Seattle Pacific right here. So this is their 2nd consecutive game they played on this hardwood. They beat St. Martin's 70-60, and they beat Seattle Pacific 81-65. So the Wildcats again, right now playing extremely well, but they've had the opportunity to play on this court, and they're playing on it once again. You would think that might just give them a slight bit of an edge, but we're going to see. It's going to be a good one between the Wildcats and Simon Fraser University, and we're getting set to introduce the starting lineup. Now, the Wildcats, as the 5th seed, they're going to go ahead and be introduced first. Starting lineups for the Wildcats tonight. We'll see who they go with first. We have been given the starters by Randy Richardson Thornley. Well, not surprised. Alexis Panna, the first player off the bench. 5'9" senior from Hilo, first team all GNAC. And there is Cassidy Malcolm, 5'11" junior out of Ellensburg. She was a second team all GNAC conference performer. Kaylee Flores, 6' senior from Kaiser, Oregon. Tori Maeda, 5'4" freshman from Honolulu guard, is introduced. And Taylor Shaw, the 5th Wildcat, 5'8" senior out of Oregon City, Oregon. Those are the 5 for the Wildcats of Randy Richardson Thornley. Now the starting 5 for Simon Fraser University. Claudia Hart, 6'1" junior from North Vancouver, British Columbia. Jessica Jones, who is only a junior, but boy, she is some kind of shooter. 5'9" junior out of Richmond at BC. Well, there's the defensive player of the year, Ozzie Nobuko, 5'11" junior, Port Coquitlam, British Columbia. Taylor Drinan from Spokane, 5'7". She runs the point, and she does it very, very well. And that's Kendall Sands, 5'9" junior, also out of Coquitlam, British Columbia, for Bruce Langford in his 19th year as head coach at Simon Fraser University. Matt Head, Nick Mitch, and Steve Landro. Those are the 3 officials who will be here tonight. And we're just about set for basketball action. The red, white, and blue of Simon Fraser. White uniforms, red and blue piping. They step onto the floor first. Wildcats in their black uniforms with red and white trim. Center jump circle for the Wildcats. Flores and Nobuko for SFU. Simon Fraser. And actually, Nobuko out-tipped there on a quick tip by the Wildcats, and Flores has the Wildcats with the basketball to begin the game. Here's Panna. She's a dangerous, dangerous three-point shooter on a dangerous three-point shooting team. Shaw with the basketball. Taylor, the free throw line, looks for help. Goes back out to Panna. Shot clock in single digits. Panna, head of the key, shoots, and has a shot rim in and out. Nice rebound on the inside by Maeda. And the Wildcats get another possession on the offensive rebound to a cutting Malcolm. Right side, Panna misses the three, and the Clan going to try to push. Drinan takes it end-to-end, misses the shot as she went up and under. Wildcats rebound, and Panna going to bring it down the floor. She controls it and slows it down as she brings it across the center jump, across the timeline. Out high, Flores going to penetrate, look for a step through, can't. Goes out to Malcolm. Long three, misses it. Offensive rebound. No, I should see a defensive rebound by Jones for the Clan. And on the other end, making a penetration move and missing the shot was Sands. So neither team has been able to score through the first 90 seconds of this one. Nobuko comes out quickly to guard Panna on the switch. Down low, Malcolm step through, scores for the Wildcats as they take the first lead of the contest. Malcolm, 5'11" junior, who prepped in Ellensburg and stayed right there to play her collegiate basketball. Jones with the basketball on the angle. Now returns it to the far side to Sands. Takes the baseline. Cross courts it to Jones. She's a threat to shoot a three anytime, and she launches one there but misses it. And then the Wildcats just mishandled the rebound. Flores had it, and I'm not sure if her teammate Malcolm actually tipped the ball away from her or if she just mishandled it. Whatever the case, ball back to Simon Fraser.
It looked like Flores wasn't quite in control of her body when she pulled it and ended up putting it off of her left foot, and it rolls out of bounds after that.
Now we have a foul called. Or it's a kick ball. It must be a kicked ball. Nope, it is a foul on Taylor Shaw. So Shaw's first of the contest. Penetration up and under by Drynan, misses it, but Nwabuko is there. She can't get it to go. And the Wildcats rebound. Down floor quickly. They work the basketball, don't have any kind of numbers. Now Flora is going to make a penetration, lost it out of bounds, turnover to Simon Fraser. Wildcats with Panna, first team all-conference. Malcolm, second team all-conference. Jones, first team all-conference for Simon Fraser.
Early offense quiet for both sides combined, 1 for 9 right now. Just 2 points through 2.5 minutes of play. Simon Fraser starts this game 0 of 5 from the field.
Now 0 of 6 as Jones misses, but Drynan gets it back, puts it up, misses it. Now Nwabuko kick it out, 3 ball on the way. This too is missed on the perimeter by Hart. And the Wildcats rebounded as Simon Fraser starts the game in the deep freeze. Panna with the basketball, spin, dribble out high. Take it off to the right side. Wildcats down low. Posting up on the inside is Cassidy Malcolm, and she scores her second bucket of the contest. I got an interesting story about Cassidy I'll share sometime here tonight. The Clan worked the perimeter. Drynan casts off on a long one, missed it. And the Wildcats rebound again as Panna now going to attack. No, she'll pull it up. They work it from down to Flores from Malcolm, and she scores it. The Wildcats doing a lot of work on the inside right now.
Flora is able to clear out with her elbow, opens her up for the layup as her defender goes reeling back on her heels. 6-0.
Jones gets the first Clan basket with 6:06 remaining in the opening quarter as she swoops inside and puts it up off the window with the right hand. Wildcats on top by 4. Maheda with the basketball. Entry pass, Flores. Turn, spin, shoot, and hit.
Friendly bounce off the iron for Flores. So all the scoring for Central Washington coming from those two players, Kaylee Flores and Malcolm.
Well, the size advantage on the inside. They're trying to use their size on the inside. Here's a 3 on the outside by Sands. And boy, oh boy, I thought it was going to hang up on the rim there. It didn't. Maheda gets the outlet pass, and she heads up floor with a hit of steam. And she passes it up ahead and throws it right to Simon Fraser's Jessica Jones. And she goes back the other way just as quick. And she is held up by Alexis Panna on a held ball situation. Now it'll stay Simon Fraser basketball as the Wildcats make wholesale changes. It's coming off the bench for the Wildcats, Janae Richardson. She'll play up front. Samantha Bowman is also in to play up front. So the Wildcats change a couple of their bigs on the inside. Shot down low is missed. Nwabuko had pretty good look, wasn't able to get it though. And this is new point guard for the Wildcats, Bria Piacanown. Shot missed on the inside by the Wildcats, and Jones comes up with another rebound. Up ahead, Drynan running the wing. Takes the baseline, bounce on the end line. Simon Fraser works it out for Sands 3.
That's a great extra pass, finds Claudia Hart.
Make that Claudia Hart. Yeah, Hart, 6'1 junior, North Vancouver. Hits it from the long range. They have the score up on the board. Now they've changed it 11-5 in favor of Central. Well, I'll tell you, Simon Fraser looking to push it here tonight. Hart off left. Shot on the way. Jones had a three, just couldn't get it to drop, and the Wildcats rebound.
And I've reset it all the way to 8-5. So we do have the correct score now. Now back to 8-5. It's only a 3-point game. Just gave the wrong bucket to the wrong team is all.
Wildcats look to enter it inside. Malcolm has it. Pass on the end line. Is that Pia Canaan? Yeah, it is. Pia Canaan scores on the end line. Little 5'4" sophomore guard out of Clackamas. Gets her first points, and the Wildcats now are up by 5. Jones, guarded by Richardson, and there's going to be an offensive foul called.
Looks like a legal screen set by Claudia Hart.
Yeah. So Hart picks up the foul. Turnover, ball back to the Wildcats, leading it by 5, and we've come to our first stoppage in play. 3:34 left to go. You can see the Pia Canaan bucket there as we go to break. Wildcats by 5 in the women's quarters here at the 2020 GNAC Men's and Women's Basketball Championships. Simon Fraser off the bench following the timeout at first. Central still huddled up, as you can see right there, around Randy Richardson Thornley. Here is a look at Jones on the penetration, which he took it up and scored the first bucket for her and the first bucket for Simon Fraser tonight. Wildcats back on floor. Claudia Hart picked up that last foul, as we mentioned, heading into the break. The Wildcats with the basketball. Panna, Shaw, 3, off the back iron. Rebound to Dryden, and Taylor going to seesaw, dribble it out of backcourt, go inside, left-hand hook, missed it. Rebound tipped, and Panna comes up with it. Neither team shooting the ball particularly. Wildcats 5 of 10, so they're shooting the ball better than Simon Fraser. The Clan just haven't had any luck at the hoop tonight. Panna with a backdoor pass. Boy, is a good look there, but a quick-handed Simon Fraser's Jessica Jones was able to tip that ball away. Malcolm going to check out as Flores comes back in. There's the pass, and you can see Jones just got a fingertip on it. Otherwise, Shaw might have had an easy lay-in. Step back shot by Panna from the free throw line. Missed. Nawabuko with the rebound and a foul against the Wildcats. Flores. Azioma Nawabuko, second time in a row she has been named the Conference Defensive Player of the Year. And offensively, she is no slouch either, frankly. She is one of the better two-way players, without question, in the conference. Second team all-conference this year. Dryden bounces to the person we were just talking about, Nawabuko. Simon Fraser works it to the near side. Now Nawabuko gets it inside. A good feed, and she was able to step through and score it. Sophie Clausen on floor for Simon Fraser as well. Here's Pia Canaan. Panna cross-courts it. Shaw tees it up and knocks down the 3.
That's the first made three-pointer of this game for the Wildcats, a team that led the conference in three-point shooting throughout the season, hitting 36% of their shots from deep. They're now 1 of 4 beyond the arc in the game.
Clausen handles to Nawabuko. And now Georgia Swant with a runner in the lane. Missed it. CWU with the rebound. And looking for a little bit of help, and getting it was Bowman after she pulled the rebound. Panna hand off to Shaw, who just hit that 3 a second ago. To Bowman, across the top. Wildcats with Pia Canaan running the point now. Gets it down low. Great feed to Flores for the bucket.
A little breakdown in the Simon Fraser defense. They lost Flores down on the block, wide open. 2 defenders above her, but they had her on the rotation, and that opens up Flores for the easy lay-in.
Nawabuko with the basketball. Takes a couple of dribbles, then pulls it up, and then throws across court. And, well, there was a zig and a zag there, and they just didn't connect. And the turnover gives the ball back to the Wildcats as the Clan make a ton of changes. Coming in, Emma Kramer in for her first run tonight. Magella Carey is also on floor. Claudia Hart has returned. Taylor Drinan stays on the floor. And Georgia Swant does as well. Here's Panna, long three. Bounces off. Rebound taken down by Drinan.
Been a quiet start for her, yet to score. 0 of 3 from the field.
Leaves behind her. Three-point shot missed by Hart. Rebound tipped around, and the Wildcats come up with the loose basketball. Pia Kanaun on the wing. Goes across the top. They work to Panna in the corner. Back to Shaw. They work it to the other side as the Wildcats working the defense side to side here in the final 23 seconds of this first quarter. And here's Panna with a pass off, and Panna with an offensive foul. She made a good draw and a dish to Bowman, but she elevated, got into the air, and a lot of times, and you can see it right here, she gets into the air, and, well, pretty good defensive positioning by Simon Fraser. Right there, Georgia Swant got in the path and got the foul against Panna.
The placement on that doesn't have to be perfect. Once the offensive player gets themselves in the air, loses control of their momentum, officials oftentimes are going to give the benefit of the doubt to the defender, and a good job to get underneath that one by the Clan.
Final 5 seconds of this first quarter. Well, there's Drinan. She has an open look at a three, missed it. Ball going to go out of bounds. And the first quarter complete. In the second women's quarterfinal action, the Wildcats of Central Washington 15, the Clan of Simon Fraser University 7. We're back with second quarter action from the tournament here on GNAC.TV. Back at Brougham Pavilion on the Seattle Pacific University campus. It's Central Washington and Simon Fraser in the nightcap tonight. Winner here gets top-seeded University of Alaska Anchorage tomorrow night in the nightcap. Wildcats and Clan and Central will have the basketball to begin quarter number 2. Pia Kanaun has been on the floor for a lot of the first quarter, and she has the basketball here. Wildcats work it baseline. Flores. Pia Kanaun once again. Spin dribble. Shot clock at 10. Gets down low. Flores spins, shoots, misses.
Well, speaking of people being on floor for quite a while, we've had 2 players in this game spend every minute on the floor so far. Taylor Drinan for SFU and Alexis Pana on the other side for Central.
Here's a long three from out top, and Georgia Swant knocks it down. Wildcats leading it by 5. Richardson in the left corner. Penetrates end line. Puts it up in traffic. Missed the shot. Came up a bit short. And Simon Fraser comes up with a loose basketball. And a quick three in transition the other way. They'll miss it. And Richardson cleans up the defensive rebound. And Pia Kanaun once again going to bring it down floor. She and Maheda are in the backcourt now, as Panna has taken a breather, at least momentarily, and a foul called. Malcolm has returned, and she was fouled on the outside by Simon Fraser for their first foul in the second quarter. That foul, by the way, is whistled against Kendall Sands. Pia Kanaun for the Wildcats, spin dribble on the near side, penetrates. Goes to Richardson in the corner, long. I think it was a 2-point shot, missed it. And Simon Fraser rebounds to bring it down floor now. Sands with the basketball. New player into the contest, Justina Chan. Takes it down the left side of the lane and puts it off the window to cut in a little bit deeper into this Wildcats lead.
5 straight points to start the second quarter for the Clan as they get back within 1 possession.
Flores says, let me go downtown, and she does, and she knocks down the three from the head of the key. Well, Flores doing a lot of damage early down low. That time she shows her range from beyond the arc. Simon Fraser working the basketball, gets Jones open. She tries a three, missed it. Richardson lost her on the defense and actually slipped and fell down. Then she was able to go in and grab the rebound. So nice hustle by Richardson for the Cats. Pia Canone penetrates, puts it up and under with the right hand, missed it. Offensive rebound, Central, but then on the pass out, Malcolm had the pass knocked away. And the Clan get Jones free for a three on the transition, and she knocks it down. And the Wildcats going to make some changes as a timeout is called. As returning is going to be Pana's going to come back in for the Wildcats here in just a moment, and others. Timeout on the floor, though, first, so let's step aside. 7:14 left in quarter number 2. Wildcats by 3 at the GNAC Women's Quarterfinals. Back here at Brougham Pavilion, there's a three-pointer by Central Washington, part of their 18 points on the board here. And now the Wildcats get the Pana underneath the hoop, can't get a shot away. Pitches it out. Malcolm has it stolen away by Nawabugo. She'll go down floor and lay it in. And, well, you saw right there why she's the Defensive Player of the Year.
And you know what? It was a nice finish on the other end. She took that little stutter step. It allowed the defender to get out in front of her, open up some space, as she had a little more opportunity for the layup on the right side, given that lengthened out stride.
Pana working the perimeter. Gets it off to Shaw, who's come back in. She turns, shoots, and hits in the lane. I'll tell you, she's got a kind of a quick release on her shot from long range or, well, even inside, as you saw there. She gets it out of her hands quickly. And that's one of the reasons she's effective. Simon Fraser lobs over the top. Jumper on the baseline by Jones is missed. Wildcats rebound it as Malcolm came down with the defensive board. And now, out high, it's Malcolm with the basketball. To Pana now. We'll hand off to Mahida. Mahida off to Bowman, or we should say Malcolm. And Pana now going to launch a three. Nearly banked in and rimmed out.
That was an odd three-pointer from Pana. It looked like she was off-balance, shooting mostly from her right foot. And the results kind of show that off-balance shot.
Missed shot, but a foul called on the Wildcats, as making the rolling right-hander was Claudia Hart putting it up, and she missed it. That Wildcat foul whistled against Bowman. It's her first. Matter of fact, only one foul each way in the quarter. Free throw. Up and good by the southpaw, Hart. We've seen a lot of good left-handed players out here today, men's and women's action, and Hart's another one of those as she knocks down both. So it's a 1-point game. And here is Tori. Maeda with the basketball. Wildcats, they're doing a little bit of the motion offense, bringing their bigs out, trying to work somebody inside. Rebound, or we should say pass tipped away, and Jones gets it. And she gets it off quickly, and missing the lane on the inside was Swant. Or actually, no, that was not Swant. It was Swant who missed it. Wildcats back on the offensive attack from the angle. Maeda with the basketball, and there is Nawabugo on her. I'm a little surprised by that switch. Near side Pana. Get it down low and just threw it, and wasn't able to connect on the pass inside with Bowman. Turnover Wildcats.
Now that's a common mistake we see at this level. Not just that Central Washington makes, but across the GNAC. You get the post underneath, maybe set up a notch up on the paint, and you try and dump it underneath. That's often unsuccessful more than not, and that's a prime example right there. The Wildcats unable to convert that dump inside.
Nawabugo missed the jumper, but followed. Offensive rebound and bucket for Ozzie. That's just what every coach tells you from youth basketball on up. Follow your miss. And the Wildcats there nearly turn it over again, as the pass to Bowman was tipped away and nearly coming up with his heart. The Wildcats going to make a change as Pia Canone is going to come back in to play at the point position. Flores Panna, Shaw, and Bowman does stay on floor. Here is Flores. Good dish down low and putting it up and in. It was Samantha Bowman. That was a great feed by Flores. Wildcats extend that lead, or actually lead it again. And now Nawabugo looks like she might have turned her ankle. And you can see right there that she's going to get up with a little help from her teammate. And she'll be coming to the bench here at the 3:45 mark in this second quarter. And you can see there, well, she just had kind of a stumble. Not exactly sure what the situation was, but she will come off. Yeah, it looks like she just kind of stumbled on the court and might have rolled that ankle just a little bit.
Well, whatever
she gets
it
a
was,
nice round of applause.
Certainly the end of her half, if not the game. That might be something that she's able to walk out a little bit and get back in, but it certainly is going to be the end of her first half of play, and that's a big loss for Simon Fraser, just given the way that Mobuku has played this season, last couple of seasons. So far tonight, 6 points for 4 rebounds already and 2 steals in her 12 minutes.
Well, she's going to be taken to the training room here at Seattle Pacific University to have some work done. Jessica Witzotsky is in. Witzotsky underneath the hoop, trying to get the rebound there. Wasn't actually, that was Clausen trying to get the rebound. It just came in for Nawabugo. Shaw, 3 in transition back the other way, and she knocks it down. Taylor Drinan, honorable mention, all GNAC performer, headed the key. To Hart. Jones inside. Runner comes up a little bit shy. Rebound to Katz. Pia Canown with 3 minutes left until halftime. Wildcats work the perimeter. Bowman. Panna takes it down the right side. Pull up pop from about 12. Missed it. Put back. No good, but going to the free throw line is going to be Bowman off the offensive rebound and attempted putback. Foul called against Taylor Drinan. Only the second on SFU, and the Wildcats only 1 foul here in the second quarter, so they've let them play.
In total in this game, we've only seen Central Washington with 3 total personal fouls in the game. 3 in total for Simon Fraser.
Bowman knocks in the first. Wildcats lead it again by 5.
I don't think this is going to be the game we see 6 players with 4 or more fouls.
Well, certainly unless things change in the second half.
Right, no one with multiple fouls at this point, as you'd imagine, with only 3 aside. So neither side really having to worry about mixing up their rotation, giving further players down the bench a little bit more time than usual.
Well, that was a good idea there by Hart, trying to get the backdoor, cutting Drinan with the basketball. She just wasn't able to make the connection there, and it goes to the turnover. I like the idea, the execution just a little bit awry. Shaw, Panna, back to Shaw. And Panna, she's a three-point threat too, but she hasn't really looked much for her shot here tonight. Kick it out to Shaw. Pass in the lane to Flores. Her shot was blocked. That was a big block by Clausen, 6-foot sophomore, but then losing it. Pia Canown comes up with the loose basketball and lays it in.
Able to take it away at half court, and at that point, numbers on her side. It was 1-on-2, but she was out in front.
Simon Fraser quickly into the forecourt, and Clausen puts it up off the glass, and she gets the deuce. Seesaw affair. Pia Canown comes around the screen into the lane. Boy, nearly pulled the pivot foot. Got it to Shaw. Return it to Pia Canown. Misses the 3, does Brianna. And here is Drinan back the other way. Got it to a cutting Clausen, but she had no shot, so it goes out to Jones. She says, I got a shot anytime I have the opportunity, and she'll knock it down.
Jessica Jones started 0 for her first 6. Since then, 3 of her last 4 to pick up her 8 points. 8.6 boards at this point here in the first half.
I'll tell you one thing about Jessica. Having seen her play, she can miss 37 in a row, and she thinks she's going to hit the next 37 in a row. She has that kind of confidence in her game. Here's a blocking foul out high as Simon Fraser's Claudia Hart going to be whistled for the foul. Watch for it right here. Trying to D up on Alexis Pana. That's the second foul. And going to the bench immediately is going to be Hart with 1:01 left in the opening half as Justina Chan, Markham, Ontario. She went to Pierre Elliott Trudeau, the former Prime Minister of Canada's high school, named after him there. Here is a runner on the right side and scoring it for the Wildcats. Coming up with the bucket there is Cassidy Malcolm. You can see Malcolm plays through the foul there by Chan, and well, she goes back to the bench, and Emma Kramer returns, and Malcolm now to the free throw line. Cassidy, kind of a deliberate free throw shooter, but knocks it in, and the Wildcats have gone on top now by 6 inside the final minute of what has been an extremely fast-moving first half. Drinan underneath the hoop, can't get a shot away, gets it out to Jones. She'll fire, miss the 3. Offensive, nope, rebound to the Cats. But Pia Canon used up the dribble. She had to get it off. And now here is Pana into the forecourt. 8 seconds differential on the shot and the game clock here. So Simon Fraser should get at least one more opportunity. Shaw returns it out to Pana. Shot clock at 7. Alexis, step back, 15-footer, and she hit it. Boy, that was a smooth shot. 10 seconds left. Simon Fraser quickly down floor. Here's Driner with the basketball. Going to penetrate, take it underneath the hoop with 3 and get the reverse lay-in to drop, and that'll do it for the first half. I'll tell you one thing, that was a big bucket by Simon Fraser right there as they cut the lead to 6 at the break. Halftime count, it is Central Washington 34, Simon Fraser 28, and once again, lower seed, at least right now, could be advancing in the GNAC tournament. We've got another full half to play, so I'm not saying that, but we've already had 2 lower-seeded teams come to the forefront and win today, and there is a nice steal by Pia Canon. Drives inside and gets the bucket for the Wildcats, who lead by 6 at the break. It's a 2020 GNAC Men's and Women's Basketball Championships on GNAC.tv. Robert Lowry, Dustin Daniel, courtside at Brougham Pavilion in Seattle. Seattle Pacific University, the host for the 2020 Great Northwest Athletic Conference Men's and Women's Basketball Championships. Dustin has been studying statistics at halftime, and well, what did you see in there that allowed the Wildcats to get this 6-point halftime lead?
Well, Central Washington dominating the paint, 20-12. Their advantage in points in the paint so far. They've also shot 46.7% from the field, 14 of 30 on their field goal shooting. That's 15% better than Simon Fraser at this point. As you look up and down the other major categories outside of the shooting, this has been a pretty even game. You look at the scoring off of turnovers, 4-2, not a lot there. Fast break points, bench points, only a couple of points to separate them there. Turnovers, 6-5. Both teams taking pretty good care of the basketball at this point, and not too much of a difference in rebounding in this one, 20-19. So really, it's just come down to the shooting, and that's been the difference right now. Central Washington doing what they do. They got one of the best defenses in the conference, and they were able to limit Simon Fraser to 28 points in that first half on 31% from the field. Looking at individual lines right now, 9 points leads the way for Central Washington's Kaylee Flores. She was 4 of 6 from the field. Wildcats also got 8 points out of Taylor Shaw and another 7 from Cassidy Malcolm. On the other side for Simon Fraser, 8 out of Jessica Jones, although it was on 3 of 11 shooting from the field. She was, however, 2 of 5 from deep. She added on 6 rebounds to her line in her 17 minutes of work. as it matched up workload-wise. Simon Fraser has not relied on their bench too much. All in all, only 28 minutes of first half work from Simon Fraser's bench, whereas on the other side, you could say that about just 2 players off the bench for Central Washington. As you look up and down, they've got 11 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes out of their bench. So they're running a shorter rotation, but they're giving them more time on the floor for the Wildcats, and that's created a little bit more continuity, a little more consistency, and giving them the 6-point lead.
We had the opportunity to speak with the Simon Fraser coaching contingent at halftime, and they said that Ozzy Nawabugo, who we thought turned her ankle, has her return is in question at this point, and starting in her place in the second half is Jessica Wazotsky, 6'2" freshman. She'll be playing in the pivot as the Clan has the basketball. Drynan fouled as she penetrates. Drynan, Sands in the backcourt. Up front, again, Wasotsky. Jones starting the second half. Here's the free throw by Drynan, who was fouled. That foul was on Maeda. And also Claudia Hart on floor for Simon Fraser. So that's the 5 for the Wildcats. Maeda, who just committed that foul. Shaw, Pana. There's Malcolm with the basketball. Off to Flores. So they're starting 5 back on floor. Pana gets the loose basketball that was knocked away from Flores. Pana penetrates and bumped and fouled on the baseline by Claudia Hart. Here's Randy Richardson Thornley, head coach of the Wildcats. So Hart now with 3 personal fouls, and with Nawabugo maybe not being able to return, well, I tell you, Simon Fraser has to be careful of foul difficulty now. Here is Malcolm, penetrates, step through, up and under, left hand good. That was a solid play by Cassidy Malcolm. Wildcats by 6. And down floor, Drynan. I've always liked Taylor Drynan's style of play. Very smooth point guard out there for Simon Fraser. Here's Jones, drives inside, and she's fouled as she put it up off the glass. And she'll be going to the free throw line on the foul against the Wildcats. And that foul is going to be called. Foul goes against the Wildcats. Taylor Shaw picks up her first foul.
And Drynan not having one of her typical nights.
No.
She's been 1 of 7 from the field, averaging about 10 points a game this season.
Jones.
Been cold so far.
Jones, a 76% free throw shooter, hits 1 of 2 there. Drynan's been a nice floor general out there, but offensively she just hasn't got it going. Bad pass there, and the Wildcats turn it over quickly. So Simon Fraser with the basketball again, and Drynan going to bring it across the timeline. Jones setting a pick and getting the ball down low is Hart, and boy, nice block on the inside by Flores. Wildcats get the ball right back, and Pana brings it into the forecourt. Her pass across is knocked out of bounds. She was looking for Shaw, but pretty good overplay by Sands defensively. So Shaw now makes the throw in from the side court. And Maeda running the point. Bounces out to Pana. Flores, Shaw, and once again it is Maeda, and the shot clock is getting very, very slim. Just 4 on the shot clock, 2 on the shot clock. Pana casts off and misses it and didn't get any iron, so it'll be a shot clock violation. You know what? I was talking to the gentleman to my right, my immediate right, who's a shot clock operator tonight. He said we went almost 3 full games without a shot clock violation here tonight. So he's doing a good job, but he hasn't been very, very busy in that regard. Not yet, at least.
Well, it didn't sound like Central Washington's bench was terribly vocal as that shot clock wound down, but Pana was able to get the shot off nonetheless.
Here's a runner in the lane by Kendall Sands. Knocks it in, and Simon Fraser pulls back to within 3. Maeda with the basketball. Handoff, Shaw says, let me try a 3, and she knocks it in. Well, I tell you, quick release, long range, and bucket for Taylor Shaw. A lot of talk about Pana, a lot of talk about some of the other players, but I think Shaw really has a big role to play on this Wildcat team as the Clan turns it over. Bad pass on the end line.
Well, as of now, she leads all scores. She's got 11 points in the game. She shot 3 of 4 from deep in her 18 minutes of work.
Alexis Pana with the basketball. Out to Malcolm. Spins inside, step through, up and under, left hand again, good.
That's a great cutback. That last second step, a lot of girls will leave it with that spin move to the inside and then go straight at the hoop. That cutback move really opened her up.
Long range three-point shot missed by the Clan's Hart. Claudia Hart with the miss, and down floor here is Pia Kanaon, who has come back in and bumped and fouled. Brianna going to go to the free throw line, but here is Malcolm. You're right, up and under there, and really, Kendall Sands, I thought she played that pretty well. She really did for Simon Fraser, but Malcolm just a little bit better. Pia Kanaon hits free throw number 1. Brianna now 30 of 40 from the free throw line this year. And 31 of 41 is Janae Richardson and Samantha Bowman return for the Wildcats. So Bowman in the middle. It'll be Malcolm and Richardson and Pana and Pia Kanaon staying on the floor. Here's Jones, quick three outside. Came up a little bit short, rebound tipped, and flat-footed rebound taken by Malcolm. Pia Kanaon into the forecourt. Resetting, Pana, long-range three on the side. Wasn't able to get it to drop, but she got a good look at it there. She's been a little bit off on her long-range shots tonight. Dryden splits the defense and drives inside and puts it up with a right hand off the window.
He's threw a couple of hesitations into that drive, waiting to see if the window was going to open up. The help defense stayed home, thinking that she was going to pop it out, and Dryden took advantage.
Pia Kanaon, step through, kick it cross court, and a travel called on Cassidy Malcolm. .55. Fives all across the time, and a lot of fives on the scoreboard too. 35 for Simon Fraser, but 43 for Central Washington right now. Simon Fraser with the basketball. Dryden trying to force the action, circles through, circles back down low and shoots and misses the shot, but an offensive putback shot also missed on the inside by Wazotsky. So the Wildcats give up an offensive rebound, but no points. Pana bounce down low. Malcolm turns, misses the shot, goes after her own miss, gets the rebound to Richardson and get it back out to Pia Kanaon. Looking to post up Malcolm. Instead, they bring her out high. Cassidy going to spin or make that Bowman out high. And there's going to be a held ball situation as Simon Fraser did a nice job to tie up with the Wildcats. Now, it's still Central Washington basketball in the alternating possession as changes are made. Simon Fraser going to bring Georgia Swant back in. Wildcats with Pana getting the inbounds. Free throw line, get it down low. Nice pass inside. And for the Wildcats, Samantha Bowman got operating room inside and came up with a shot. Bowman, Flores, and Richardson playing the end line for the Wildcats now. Here's a long range two on the right side that is no good by the Clan. Picking out, baseballs it down floor to Pana. She had an open look at a three if she wanted it, decided against. At the free throw line with the basketball, that is Bowman. Turns, puts it up with the left hand, misses it, goes after her own rebound, can't get it, but the Clan can, and here is Dryden going to speed ahead. Pass to Jones, ball knocked away from her by Richardson. Nice defensive play.
Good job by Richardson to come from behind on that pass. Anticipated that it was coming to the near side for her, so she was able to reach in. Didn't need to get a ton of basketball, just tips it away and is able to pull it off.
Pana circles into the Lane gets it back out. And Pana gets a return pass from Bowman. Bowman sets a screen. Pana goes inside, misses the shot, but she will go now to the free throw line as she was fouled. It's going to be the third team foul on Simon Fraser. And the foul going to be called on the Clan. First personal foul on Georgia Swant, and we've come to a timeout. 3:57 left, quarter number 3, Cats by 10. This is the 2020 GNAC Men's and Women's Basketball Championships on GNAC.TV. Central Washington lining up along the free throw line for the free throws to be shot by Alexis Pana. There is Ozzy Nawabugo for Simon Fraser. Trying to walk off, and she looked pretty good right there, trying to walk off that twisted ankle that happened late in the first half. Pana's free throw, in and out. Boy, Alexis having an atypical shooting night for her tonight. Next free throw to come for the first team all-leaguer from Hilo, Hawaii. She knocks it in, and she'll now head to the bench and take a bit of a breather as Taylor Shaw returns to go for the Wildcats in the backcourt, with Maheda has come back in to play the point. Central has an 11-point cushion right now.
Largest lead they've had yet in this game.
Drynan off right, Swant 3, back rims it, no good. Long rebound, Richardson tracks it down for the Wildcats, and Maheda advances right down the middle of the floor. To Flores, hands off to Richardson, looking backdoor cut, try to get it to Shaw. That's a tough pass on the end line. When you connect on it, it always leads to a bucket, but it's also fraught with danger when you have a defender who can get their hands on the basketball. Inbounds, Maheda had it tipped out of bounds by a Clan player. I guess it was Drynan who knocked it out. And Taylor, I don't think she's quite convinced that she knocked it away or that it didn't go off a Wildcat. Richardson going to make a penetration and get fouled as she went to the hoop. Jessica Jones going to be guilty of the foul. Fourth team foul on Simon Fraser, now quarter number 3. And here is Cassidy Malcolm coming back in, and Samantha Bowman returns to the bench for the Wildcats. So Richardson steps up for the Wildcats to the stripe, and boy, she back rims that first one. Richardson, 5'9", senior out of Denver, Colorado. Second free throw up, and it is good. So Central now up to a 12-point lead. Still plenty of time in this, 13 minutes left in the game. Here Drynan goes inside, ball tipped away, and I guess Maheda was the one who got her hand on it. Now Torrey gonna run it back down floor, pass to Richardson, looks to attack. Nice defense by the Clan, they prevent her, so the Wildcats work the perimeter from right to left. And back to the right side once again as Richardson with the basketball. She moves inside, pass on the end line. Malcolm pops, misses, shot the air ball on the baseline, and the Clan with the board. Jones quickly down floor, Drynan with the basketball. She's going to attack, go underneath the hoop with a right-handed reverse lay-in for 2. I'll tell you, that was a quick shot too. She didn't really elevate much. She just got it quickly off the window.
And Simon Fraser still within striking distance.
That's been the story of the day. Richardson for the Cats to Malcolm. She'll move inside, and she's tied up by Drynan. Boy, nice defensive play by Taylor Drynan there as change is made each way. Pana back in, Richardson out for Central, and returning for Simon Fraser, Emma Kramer back on floor along with Kendall Sands. Sophie Clausen on floor as well for the Clan. Swant with the basketball. And that is Clausen for a moment. To Swant, drives in. Rebound tipped out on the missed shot. And now a 3 on the near side. It's up and good by Kendall Sands. So Sands drains one from the left side for the three-point shot, and as you said, still within striking distance.
Not a lot of time left to play in this basketball game, but Simon Fraser really needed to put up some numbers like they did in the second quarter. They scored 21 of their points in the second quarter alone. So you look at the 19 that they've scored in the first and third combined. We're almost through the third here. They just haven't had the offensive production like they did in the second.
Well, there's going to be a foul against the Wildcats, only their third of the third quarter. Kaylee Flores was guilty of the infraction, so Simon Fraser with the ball out of bounds on the end line. Inbounds, Swant. And there's going to be a travel call. The pass went to Clausen, but Clausen didn't catch it cleanly and is guilty of turning it over on the travel call. Inside the final 90 seconds of the third. Central's been up by as many as 12, but Simon Fraser's already cut 5 points off that spread. Here's Malcolm, going to go to work, spins, leaves behind her for Shaw. Taylor into the corner, three for Maheda, missed it, but Malcolm is there for the put-back shot. So Cassidy Malcolm, the Ellensburg product, staying at home to play collegiately. She scores there and bumps the lead back out to 9. And now here's a three-point shot on the outside. Boy, oh boy, Sophie Clausen, the sophomore from Chilliwack, puts down the long-range three. Maheda with the basketball and bumped and fouled with 37 seconds left in this first half. And the 15th foul will send Maheda to the free throw line. Here's the three-point shot by Simon Fraser a moment ago. And Maheda at the free throw line where she's solid on the year, but she doesn't get there hardly at all. That's her 9th free throw in 10 attempts this year. Next one also good. So when she gets there, she converts. She just doesn't get to the charity stripe too much.
Now we've seen a couple of guards. We talked about one earlier in this tournament that had only had, I think, 4 attempts coming into the game. And if you're one of those off guards that really distributes a lot, doesn't attack the basket, it can happen. And we've seen that as a result with Maheda.
Simon Fraser, basketball inside the final 30 seconds. Here's the dish down low to Swant, circles back out on the perimeter. Drive inside, put it up, and the shot is no good. Rebound taken down by Flores. And Pana will bring it down floor, and the Wildcats likely will pay for the final shot in this quarter as the shot clock's off. Pana with 5 seconds, stutter step, takes underneath, scoop shot, it's good, and that'll do it for quarter number 3. And the Wildcats again lead it at the break by 10. 53-43 Central Washington University. Here is Pana's final basket of that third quarter. She steps around and gets the up and under over Clausen to drop, and with that the Wildcats by 10. Fourth and deciding quarter coming your way after this break on GNAC.TV. Great look at Brougham Pavilion here at Seattle Pacific. Simon Fraser in the white uniforms breaking the huddle there. There's one thing I have said for a number of years: you make baskets, you win ball games. Pretty simple concept, but right now that's what's happening. The Wildcats are simply making more baskets, 4 more than Simon Fraser, and that's the reason for the lead. As Ozzie Nwabugo is going to come back in. Well, I'll tell you one thing. She rolled that ankle, but she is back on floor. We'll see how well she's able to move as the Defensive Player of the Year, who right now has a tough assignment on Alexis Pana. Around his screen. Pana now goes out top side to Pia Kanaun and to Malcolm. They work the perimeter, and Pana gets an open look at a 3 and gets it to drop. Kind shooter's bounce.
Oh, she's been able to shoot herself out of that slump to start this game. Now 8 points with 5 boards for her.
And a 13-point lead for the Wildcats, their biggest of the contest, though Simon Fraser may be able to cut into it right here. with free throws on the Wildcat foul. First of the fourth quarter, obviously, on the Wildcats, and that's going to be called, I guess, on Samantha Bowman, I believe. No, it's actually going to be called on Pia Canown. And both free throws are going to drop through for Jessica Jones. Wildcats facing some token full court pressure. Now Abuko with that right ankle looks to be kind of heavily braced up as she comes back on floor for the Clan.
It does, and you can see a little bit of a hobble in there, but obviously the pain tolerable enough that she's able to get back on the floor.
Bowman, kick it out to Panna. Shot clock at 6. Goes to Pia Canown. Jumper in the lane, good. Boy, I'll tell you one thing. It was a big shot there because the shot clock was quickly expiring.
8 points off of the bench for her. 4 of 6 from the field.
Now Abugo with a runner where she attacked the rim strongly there, and she draws the foul on the Wildcats. And Bowman with the foul. So 2 on the Wildcats here. Clan have yet to commit a fourth quarter foul. Now Abugo, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year for the Clan, shoots the free throw and hits. Not a big score, but again, nobody in the Clan really is a big scorer other than Jones, who averages 17.3 points a game coming into the tournament. Nobody else in double figures, but a lot in the high single digits as now Abugo comes back in and scores a couple of free throws right away. And the Wildcats going to call a timeout here with 8:38 remaining and leading it by 11. And with a timeout on the floor, let's go ahead and step aside for just a moment. Cats by 11 in the nightcap of the 2020 Men's and Women's GNAC Basketball Championships. Here's that 3 by Panna just a moment ago for the Wildcats. It took that kind bounce. Cassie Malcolm leading the way with 13 points for the Wildcats. Pia Canown still playing the point. Panna with the basketball around the screen. Leaves behind her. There's Shaw for 3, and it's good.
Tumbling to the ground, no less. Another three-pointer down for her. Her 4th made three-pointer this game.
Big night for Taylor Shaw. Now Simon Fraser going to answer with it. Draining a 3. And then the officials stop play for just a moment. Get the net detangled on the Simon Fraser basket after Drynan hung up the net on that sweet shot from the baseline. Wildcats inbounded. And boy, Panna did a nice job to save it on the sideline before it nearly went into the Simon Fraser bench.
Drynan having a big second half now. 9 of her 11 points have come after the break.
The Wildcats with Panna. Penetrates, bounce on the end line. There's a 3 that is on the way but is missed from the deep corner as Bowman launched from long range. Jessica Jones going to do the same. She missed it, and the rebound tipped out of bounds. I think that went off Malcolm. I said I was going to tell you the story. I don't talk much about myself and my background and things like that, but Cassidy Malcolm's mom, Catherine Malcolm, has been a teacher for both of my grandsons, including the one who is in her class right now. And she is here tonight. I sent her an email, asked her if she was going to be here. She said, yeah. After school, she was going to head over today. She got here. I talked to her for a few minutes. She got here about 5 minutes left in the preceding game, and she's up there cheering her daughter on tonight from the stands behind the Wildcat bench.
Ellensburg's got to be a pretty tight-knit community.
Well, they are. And I'll tell you one thing. What my grandson say? She's a tremendous teacher. Here's the inbounds pass. Jones missed it. Simon Fraser with the offensive rebound. Penetration. They work it to the near side. Jones, she's going to go inside and have it stolen away. Bowman comes up with the big defensive stop for the Wildcats, who lead it by 11. Time probably not a factor yet. but we're getting close. Maheda running the point once again for the Wildcats to Flores. Boy, nice job as she got Pana free for a three and she drains it. Oh man, great ball fake, and Pana, when she got it, she dropped it.
Pana leading all scorers with 12 points in the second half.
Here is Nawabugo going to go inside, spin, go from the one side to the other and get it off the bucket, or off the glass for the bucket. I'll tell you one thing, you're right, she's hobbled just a little bit, but boy, oh boy, she's putting out a gutty effort here in this fourth quarter. Shaw, flip pass, and they work it down low to Pana. Great feed on the backdoor cut, and Pana scores it. 14-point lead for the Wildcats, and Bruce Langford says, well, we got to stop things right here with 6:16 left. Timeout on the floor. This is going to be a timeout for Simon Fraser, and there's a good look at that last Pana three as the Wildcats lead it by 14. We're coming back with more right after this here on GNAC.TV. There's the last bucket by Alexis Pana before the break. Simon Fraser with the basketball out of the timeout. And here is Hart for a three on the outside. Rebound tipped around, and Shaw, who's had a great game offensively, showing her versatility to come up with a rebound. Down floor, Maheda, off left, Pana. Oh, I thought she was launching. I don't think there's any question, but she said, nope, let's slow it down with the lead. Malcolm going to penetrate inside, put it up, come up a little bit short, goes after, gets her own rebound, and kicks it back out as the Wildcats once again going to use a little bit of clock.
Now that's a senior play by Pana, not taking the shot, running out a little more of the shot clock, getting this game down close to 5.5.
Wildcats with Janae Richardson going to come back in. And also Simon Fraser going to make a change as well as Georgia Swant has returned. Here's Pana with the basketball, crossover, get it back out to Richardson. Return to Pana. Well, she'll shoot this time. Comes up a little bit short. But look at Malcolm follow, but can't get it. Nice job by Jones to come up with the basketball to Drinan. Leaves it for Hart, three. Oh, a little bit short. Rebound, Richardson. That would have been a big three there for the Clan. And Pana now brings it down floor.
Feels like Simon Fraser getting a little bit too quick to needing a three. And they could have developed that play just a little bit more. Not a bad shot from the top side, but seemed a little bit forced.
Here's Pana with a spin dribble. Ball knocked away, and I thought Hart nearly knocked it off the leg of Pana. That was pretty close situation. 4:50 left in the game as the Wildcats with only 6 on the shot clock. Richardson going to make the throw in. Pana's going to have to do something quick. 5, 4, 3. Well, she's going to have to shoot a long one, and it's offline, and the rebound tipped out of bounds. And Nawabugo actually tipped it and went out of bounds. It's back to the Wildcats. Sometimes when the breaks go your way, they go your way in chunks, and I think that's happened for the Wildcats here in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, very lucky there. Caught the iron as time expired on the shot clock, and loose ball underneath. Could have been let go, but a lot of Wildcats around that. Not a bad play by Nabuco to try and go for it.
Malcolm misses, but Richardson sneaks in to get the offensive glass, and Wildcats going to use a little more time. Clock now at 4:30 as Pana takes it inside, get it off, step through, Flores, lay it up and in.
That extends it to a 16-point game now. Now you got to have a sense of urgency if you're Simon Fraser. 4 minutes left, not a lot of time for this big of a deficit.
Well, that was a big, quick shot by Georgia Swant, who gets it to drop on the runner in the lane. But you're right, time now is a factor. Pana down floor, doesn't make too many mistakes with the basketball. As I say that, it's tipped away from her. And then Swant picks up the foul as she went after it one more time. Pana, senior, first team, all GNAC. That is only the second foul in the fourth against the Simon Fraser Clan. Nawabugo checks out. And it's going to be Richardson with the throw in. And Pana going to play catch with Maheda across the top. Penetration, runner in the lane, missed. Rebound, look at that. Maheda just comes up with the basketball, took it away from a Clan player who had it in her grasp. Here is Pana, mishandled the basketball this time, gets it out to Richardson, three, head on the key, misses it. Rebound taken down by Flores. Well, the Wildcats right now are salting this game away with some offensive rebounds. Head of the key, Flores penetrates, step through, lay it up and in.
Now, one of the big differences this season is the reset of the shot clock going to 20 on those offensive rebounds. So that will help out Simon Fraser a little bit on those second chance opportunities for the Wildcats, but still, they got to be able to pull in those defensive rebounds and get opportunities on the other end of the floor.
So Flores with the bucket there and a timeout on the floor quickly, 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here, obviously, as Bruce Langford in the middle of that group. You can see him there, the bespectacled head coach in his 19th campaign at SFU. He is a likable guy. He's kind of a soft-spoken guy. I've had the opportunity to talk to him a number of times over the years. Good basketball mind, and no question about that. But right now, his team is in a little bit of a dire strait, down by 16 with 3:09 left. And quickly, Jones fires a three and shoots it and misses it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, there does need to be a sense of urgency for Simon Fraser, but that's going to be a very low percentage shot, that kind of range.
Well, as I mentioned, Jones is the kind of shooter who thinks that every shot's going to go in. Or as I heard a player comment one time, I've never met a shot I didn't like. Here is a runner going inside. Is that Pia Canaan again? Yeah, she's back in, and she got the bucket.
That gets her into double figures off the bench for the Wildcats.
Richardson cleans up the miss by Swant. And the Wildcats 18 up. And here is an entry pass. The ball tipped away, but Richardson gets it. Once again, a break to the Wildcats. And sometimes you make your own luck, and hard work has done that for the Cats here tonight. Here's Flores. Hand off to Picanown, out high. Penetrates underneath. Scoop shot good, and it's a 20-point game. Who would have thought this? I don't think I would have thought this one.
No, 5 seed coming in and putting on a show like this, especially the way they played during the regular season.
Yeah. 3 straight on. Bank in. Claudia Hart banks it in from out high. Or actually, that was Emma Kramer with the bank shot from out high. Then the Wildcats on the throw-in have the ball tipped out of bounds. Here is Maheda going to come back in, and Richardson going to check out. Wildcats a little more ball handling now as they have both their point guards in. Flores, Shaw, pretty good ball handler in her own right, also on floor, along with Bowman. Down floor, they get it to Bowman. Can't get a shot away, double teamed on the baseline, kick it out. Shaw says, here's a 3 for you, and this, well, finally shows she's a little bit human as she missed that one badly. Wildcats up 74-57, and here's another 3 that is down the bottom of the well by Claudia Hart. So the 20-point lead is quickly cut to 14 on just 2 shots, and then a foul called. Swant fouls Pia Canaan as she is trying to bring it down floor out of the backcourt. Bruce Langford not happy with that foul call as he sits back down. Good look at the Simon Fraser head coach there, along with his coaching staff. And now we've got a held ball situation. And this time it goes back over to Simon Fraser as Pia Canaan got tied up there. So Dryden making the throw in from the side court with only a minute 18 left. It's going to be a tall order. Jones shoots a 3 and misses it. Rebound, though. A foul called on the rebounding play. Yes, indeed. Simon Fraser, Emma Kramer grabbed it and she got bumped and fouled by Flores for her third personal foul. Now, that is only the third team foul in the Wildcats, so no free throws here, and I'm not so sure that doesn't benefit Simon Fraser. They have a chance at another three-point shot. And sure, there is Swan going to take it, miss it. Follow, can't get a rebound, though, and the Wildcats come down with it as we approach the 60-second mark, and there it is, 60 seconds left in this contest. And driving inside Flores, and she is bumped and fouled. So Kaylee Flores steps to the free throw line now for Central Washington, leading it by 14. Flores, 86% free throw shooter on the regular season. Janae Richardson going to come back in. Shaw will check out, so that's kind of a defense for offense change there. Richardson a little bigger, a little better rebounder. Free throw by Flores, good. Flores has one more to come, and the Wildcats again lead it by 16. And they will advance to tomorrow's game against top-seeded University of Alaska Anchorage. Three ball on the way by the Clans. Kramer missed it. Offensive rebound. Clan come up with it. And now here is a long-range three by Drynan. She misses it. 40 seconds left. Jones from three. She'll miss it as well. And Richardson with a rebound and then a whistle. And there's a timeout. As the Wildcats got the rebound, they called a timeout. 35.8 seconds, you can see right there on the clock. And while I have a quick opportunity here, I want to thank some folks who have made today's first day of the 2020 GNAC Championship Tournament so very, very enjoyable. I want to thank Seattle Pacific University Athletic Director Jackson Stava and Sports Information Dan Lepsey, Mark Moschetti. Also thanks to GNAC Commissioner Dave Hagland, Blake Tim, Bridget Johnson, the Assistant Commissioners Bridget Johnson-Teta, and Kaho Akau, who's our GNAC Insider producer. And also thanks to the good folks at Altivision, John Altenhoven, Mike Neubauer, Carla Newsom, and Ron Warner. Boy, you guys have done yeoman and yeowomen work today. Inside the final 20 seconds, Wildcats just going to go ahead and hold on to the basketball a bit. No need to shoot, really. 4 seconds on the shot clock, and Pia Canal shoots it up, and the Wildcats get another offensive rebound. And now they're just going to hold it for the final second, and it is over. Central Washington 76, Simon Fraser 60. Wildcats now advance to tomorrow's semifinal against the University of Alaska Anchorage. So the semis are set now. Let me go ahead and give you tomorrow's schedule. We'll tip it off at noon tomorrow. Western Washington's men's team will take on the University of Alaska Fairbanks. That'll be a noon tip-off here. Then at 2:15, the other men's semifinal will feature Alaska Anchorage, an 85-76 winner today over Northwest Nazarene against top-seeded Seattle Pacific. Women's action at 5:15, Northwest Nazarene will take on Western Washington, a 69-54 winner tonight over Montana State Billings. And in the nightcap tomorrow night at 7:30, it's going to be this Central Washington bunch. The Wildcats taking on top-seeded Alaska Anchorage at 7:30 tomorrow night right here at Royal Brougham Pavilion. The Wildcats, you can see them right there. Center court. We hope we're going to have a quick opportunity to talk to Randy Richardson Thornley, but she's talking to her team for just a moment, and now she is going to head down to our broadcast location and have the opportunity to talk to Dustin Daniel here in just a moment. Wildcats now 19-10 on the season as they advance to tomorrow's semifinals. Let's send it down now to Dustin and Randy Richardson Thornley.
Central Washington head coach Randy Richardson Thornley with us after Game 4, the final game of the first day of the GNAC Championships here in Seattle. Coach, this was a game you guys controlled for just about 95% of it, only trailed for a couple of minutes in there, but it wasn't until the end that you pulled away. How did this team pull away at the end of this one?
Well, I think it was our rebounding was one of the biggest things. We knew at half rebounding was going to be a big key in this game. They had 6 O boards to our 2 at halftime, and we just weren't getting enough possession. Defensively, they were kind of really taking us out of what we wanted to do, so we really spread the floor and kind of gave ourselves a little bit better opportunity to play make and do the things that we're good at in the second half, and so which also allowed us to get in the lane and get some extra possessions with rebounding and stuff that I think really helped kind of put the game away for us.
2 regular season matchups between these two teams, very tight. Both teams winning on the road. Did you see a big win like this possible in the GNAC Championships?
You never know. Simon's such a good team, and they can really shoot the ball, so they're really scary to play in terms of you never know what the final outcome is going to be, and you can be up any number of points throughout the game, but they can always find a way to get back in it because of how they can shoot it. So I had no expectations. I just knew that our team had to play well defensively and well enough on offense in order to win. So
you got a big matchup coming up tomorrow. What are the adjustments you'd like to see from the Wildcats?
Well, the biggest thing is we got to now just go and recover and get ready for a really good Anchorage team. So we got to get the girls hydrated. They got to get fed. They got to sleep. And we got to get going because we got to recover for a fast-paced game against Anchorage. So,
Coach, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
That's Randy Richardson Thornley. Back to you, Rob.